Alright, so no introductions for this video, but still like, share, subscribe, all that other good stuff. Follow me on my social medias, all that other good stuff. And of course, on my hashtags and all that other good stuff. Anyways, my God. I've been wanting to for the longest year and a half since I heard about this dude. I saw him a bunch of virtual VTuber chicks react to him. I seen dudes talk about him. I seen Try Not to Laugh and Try Not to Cringe and reaction channels, even a few Twitch streamers, live flesh tubers, that they've talked about it, and people like me that do reaction videos, not for a full-time living, but occasionally. I'll do it sometimes. The last times I did was like the Tekken one and the John Cena one you just saw, Peacemaker. I know it came out 2 weeks ago, but it came out on February 28th, so it wasn't that long. It was a week old. You know, it was 2 weeks old when I heard about this announcement. I was just way late to that game. I don't know why. A bunch of other news I could talk about. Maybe Thursday, Friday I might do a video. If not, definitely Saturday. Who knows? I might just do them sporadically instead of just waiting for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I might do it the old school way. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Tuesday, Friday, or Monday, Tuesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Who knows? Remember that super old schedule I had before 2020. I don't know. Anyways, even fancier alcohol drinking. I heard of this first one a long time ago. I heard it from a bunch of virtual VTubers that I follow. I'm not going to say their name because I'm not going to give them more clout and power that they already have. Anyways, let's go. Internet Historian. I haven't heard this dude in a long ass time. I know it's 6 days old. Yeah, it's February 28th. It's from last month, but I'm still reacting because he's a funny ass dude. Should be crazy. Let's go jump into it. I put it at 1.25 speed, so link
done painting. We've done wine, and now it's time to do some drinking stuff in general. And to start, let us learn about the drinking cultures of the world.
Oh lordy, he always got a shit ton of
Welcome
sponsorship.
to my private jet. Come on, kid. I got a lot to teach you.
He makes them funny
about the world.
Oh god.
We must learn all of the drinking customs of all the funny foreign places. Starting with where drinking was invented.
The
country
funny as shit,
of Unk. The trick is to jump just before you hit the ground. Observe British people in their natural habitat. Here they do a thing called cheers, where they clink their glasses together before drinking. The tradition dates back centuries.
There ain't no winery or brewery here. It's just pure freaking water. That's all it is. I swear you to.
But the origin, why they started doing it, is somewhat unknown.
Oh, like this.
But we have a couple of theories. Theory 1.
Like
poisoning.
That. Okay.
Yes. So imagine a situation like this. Two people who don't trust each other, sitting down together at the pub.
Okay.
This guy then does something shady to the other guy's drink. Here you go.
Oh, no.
Did you poison my drink?
Don't tell me he spiked his drink with a bunch of bad roofies and drugs that make you fall asleep and then pass out for like 12, 13 hours. That's really bad. That's what it is.
Me? I would never. Well then, I'll pour a little of mine into yours, and you can pour a little of yours into mine, and we'll both either be totally fine or both totally dead. No, there's no need to do that. So that was the initial version, and then eventually they just kind of shortcutted it to, yeah, clink, clink, it's fine, I trust you. But
trust is a really hard thing to gain, so I'm going to be pausing occasionally. I'm sorry, because it's the only way you're going to be able to hear my voice. But you don't know what type of supervillain. He had that little supervillain mustache. He's a funny ass freaking dude, man. And then he did a collab with Wendigoons like 2 years ago. That shit was chef's kiss, man. When he talked about this dude getting stuck in a shaft in a mine somewhere. I think it was in Michigan or Ohio in 1920s or 30s, way before my ass was alive. And he died like 1934. It was crazy, man.
That's probably a myth. So, theory number 2. Ghosts. Right, in the Middle Ages, people were worried about spooky ghosts.
He really played the Ghost Pumps theme. I heard that.
Ghosts and spirits. So they'd do cheers very loudly to scare away the demons. Also, sometimes you'd spill some of your drink onto the table and the floor, and then that was like a little offering to the spirit.
That's disgusting. That would be real bad. I don't want no demented demon spirit, sigil, crazy entity haunting me just because they want to drink a little bit of alcohol and wine. No way. Get that shit the hell out of here. For him, that's funny. I know it's an Australian-British thing. It's British, UK, Australia, Aussie human. Out in day and then Australia. No offense to people in New Zealand, Australia, but here in America it's a little bit different.
But that's probably also not true. The most likely answer is simply that everyone likes that sound. It's very satisfying. There's more. You know when someone drops a glass and everyone does that sound like, oh, you fucking idiot. Well, in the UK, instead, everyone goes, way, in celebration, as a way to make fun of you, but also make you feel not so bad.
They really do that out there in the UK? Any of my British UK YouTubers and random watchers, subscribers, let me know about that. It's a culture shock here. I have no idea how the British do that. So maybe when they're watching a soccer football game or a game of rugby. Speaking of which, completely unrelated topic, but I think over here this past weekend when the whole NASCAR thing was happening here in Vegas, and the first rugby freaking match of all time here. And this shithole crazy Vegas. I actually had it, so I'm sitting on a gold mine of history out here, man. It's crazy. You know, I hate the shit out of driving. Some of the people are freaking a-hole POSs. That's just the one in California alone. Those people don't want to drive for shit, in my opinion. Let's move on.
Uh-oh. The BBC. They have a whole organization for that now? We gotta get out of here. We'll take my private cruise ship. Come to Italy, where they filmed some audio movie. Let me just park this here.
Oh, no.
Shite, this is actually real. Come this way to the Leaning Tower of Pizza, held up by the raw strength of 1,000 tourists posing for photographs. But did you know that Italians, when they say cheers, say chin chin? Now, that is very funny to the Japanese.
That old folklore thing. Not off the hairs off my chinny chin chin. Like that 3 pigs and the wolf thing. I forgot what it was. Huff and plus and blow your house down. It sounds like that super old shit I heard in kindergarten, first grade back in the day.
Because in Japanese, chin chin means penis. Germany next. Now here they do Bruderschaft.
Translation, that's what that is. That means freaking penis, dick. Chin chin in Chinese or Japanese. Oh no. So in Italian it's okay to say it, but the Chinese Japanese is bad. Bucharest.
Where you link your arms together when drinking. It's also kind of seen all over the world at weddings in particular, but only the Germans have a name for it. It symbolizes the end of formalities between 2 people. But the Germans have a lot more. Now, when you clink glasses together with someone, you have to look them directly in the eye. And if you don't do it, you will be cursed with 7 years of bad sex, apparently. Oh. It's not my fault. It's the Germans. Then when doing shots in Germany...
That's the worst thing. 7 years of bad sex? Is that how the Germans fools do it out there? Oh, Lord. The superstition and cultures and different heritage and cultures and different types of just traditions around the world, that is mind-blowing. So, Internet Historian.Incognito mode, you know what, brother? It gave me a lot of insight. I didn't even know shit about that. Google didn't even teach me, or TikTok didn't teach me that, or YouTube. Man, Internet Historian. I know a couple months ago he got into some drama about plagiarism, but he's still a funny dude.
They sometimes also go Zermit, and you hold the glass near your belly. Zertit, and you hold it near your chest. And then Zumsak, and you hold it near your, and then Zak, and you drink. Now, on to Finland. They keep it casual. They have a custom specifically for drinking alone.
Subscriber over there, not subscriber his channel. She's real crazy with conspiracy theory, tinfoil hat shit. But she tells the truth half the time. Once or twice she's a little bit whacked out of her mind, but other times she's cool. 7 games assault 2 and 3. She's cool, so.
You're supposed to do it while loafing around in your underpants, and it's called kalsari kani, also known as underwear drunk. All right, that's all I could find on Finland. So off to Canada. To get there, I booked us a private fishing trawler. It's
Canada.
So exclusive that even these fish, yes, they go to a private school. In Newfoundland, Canada, they have the Newfoundland Screech. You take a shot of Screech, and then you do the Screech. It goes like this. Is you a screecher? And then you answer like this. Deed I am, me old cock, and long may your big jib jaw. That's it. It's a pirate culture. Then they take a big fish, usually a cod, and they kiss it on the lips.
Ugh, no way. A raw dead fish like that? I wouldn't kiss that thing. You know how many germs and freaking diseases that thing had if it didn't get freaking cleaned up? I'm not trying to be a germophobic or anything, but man. Fools in Canada are wild when you drink your alcohol and wine out here. That's insane. Anyway, I'm kind of busy, so there's no more customs anywhere in the world. You can do some more, maybe independent research yourself. I'll see you back in the field. And a part 1 or 2.
Okay, this next section is on cocktails. So it all started when we made this asset where the Irish character, he's shaking a cocktail at a frat party, and I turned to the editor and I went, wait a minute, that's a weird word. Why are they called cocktails? And we started Googling it, and we kind of went down a rabbit hole, and it was actually really interesting. So, here it is. Cocktails. In the 1700s, fuel prices were outrageous. So, everybody used the horse. Now, horses weren't just used for travel, they were also used for work in the fields. So you would sometimes put a harness on a horse for plowing a field, right? Now, when you do that...
They use that for the yaks and the little buffalonian things and water buffaloes. I thought they were the ones that plowed the fields and the giant, not yaks, so it was probably rams that did that. I didn't know horses did that little job. I know I'm not trying to get into religion or Christianity or anything, but I remember when I see it at Sunday school, they said there was the donkeys and the yaks and the water buffaloes that did that. Horses never did that job, so I don't know. Maybe my history scuffed.
Its tail actually gets in the way, and so we have to do something about that thing.
Okay.
Think of it like the foreskin of the horse. You put it in the guillotine, and everybody closes their eyes. Problem solved. Now, this practice is...
They really used to castrate the horse's thing down there? Oh, Jesus, as a man, that has got to be extremely painful. It's like getting castrated. Oh, Jesus, oh, I can't imagine how painful like it is for the dogs when they get spayed and neutered. It's got to be pain in the ass for them. That's disgusting.
Called docking. It has a different meaning these days. So once the tail is docked, some say it's much easier to clean. But it also kind of looks like a chicken's tail, right? Hence, they would call these tails cocktails. So that's step 1 in the story. Step 2. You've also got horse merchants, right? And they are a very shrewd bunch. They know that when they sell their horses, the customer wants very feisty and energetic animals. Someone who's buying a horse doesn't want one that's kind of sickly, or lazy, or sleeping all the time, right? They need it for work.
They look so cute when they sleep like that. They look like little like camel things when they sleep, or elephant things. I don't know.
So how do you ensure, then, that your horse looks full of beans, moxie, and some other stuff, and has the maximum horsepower possible when it's time to sell? Well, they would use this one quick hack. All the equestrians hate them. They would go over to their mortar and pestle, and they would throw in some chili, some ginger, and a few other spices, and just mix it all together. Then they would go over to the horse, and hold still, little fella, and with the mixture go up into the no-no area. Now, the horse doesn't like that very much, so it's kicking, it's going mad, and the bidders are all going, wow,
they really used to go with the freaking horse's asshole and pull it, like, really fist up its butthole like that? What? Oh, Jesus, that's fucking nasty, bro. No. Ew. That is gross as hell. I'm so glad I wasn't eating or drinking my water done. I would have spit it out in disgust. That's agitating as hell. That's true. That's wild.
A really great horse. It's got some spunk.
People out there, probably nothing new for you guys.
I tell you, I'm buying it. So the horse merchants made a whole bunch of money, and everyone
get a copyright claim or strike for that much.
was happy. Well, almost everyone. The end of step 2. Now step 3. Around the same time, you've got
freaking touched in a way. It probably makes him feel super uncomfortable, man. He probably got validated. Yeah, he got very, very violated in a bad way.
Bartenders over in the saloon, and they have just invented the science of mixology. They've realized that you can add Red Bull and lemon juice to stuff and actually make alcohol not taste so bad. But when they added some ginger and spices and maybe a little bit of pepper, people went, oh, I know these. These are those horse suppositories. Cocktails, we'll call them. Glug, 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 glug. And the name stuck.
Glug, 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 glug. Where did you get that glug, 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 glug sound? That's funny. Don't say. You
think it's too early for ad time? I don't think it's too early for ad time.
Wow,
oh no, help me, Incogni Man. I signed up for discounts at a retail store and they won't stop sending me messages. Huh? I signed up to that website years ago. Why are they still spamming me?
That would be my doing. I am database man.
Who will stop him? It's me, Incogni Man. Incogni is the brilliant service that tells a whole bunch of databases and people who have your data and stuff to get fucking lost. It says, hey, do you have this email address? Well, lose it. Hey, marketer man, you can't use this phone number anymore. Instead of chasing them all up manually by signing up to Incogni, they send these legal requests on your behalf to get you deleted from the internet.
Let us do battle in my realm.
Can we teleport to the desert? I've been following Incogni portal.
Good of you to finally join us.
Yeah, well, I'm going to stop you. Incogni lawyer powers, legal threats, data removal tools, Consumer Privacy Act, data protection regulations, polite yet stern wording. It has created a Gundam. So go to incognito.com/incognito. Sign up today and get 60% off an annual plan. I won't change numbers. I won't change email addresses. I'll just simply take them back. I can feel it working. My phone isn't ringing as often. My email inbox, it's less full. We've got just a whole bunch of shit. And then like the sun, the clouds clear.
My databases are getting too light. I'm floating away.
He'll die of the cold eventually. Pan up and snort there. He's like, not bad, kid. Not bad at all. So go to incognito.com/incognito. Sign up today and get 60%.
I think it should be over, but I'm just going to keep playing it. I'll see you guys in a second. Hold on. Alright, it's back. Thank God.
Latest dangerous trend. It's all over social media. Wine mixed with watermelon. A combination when mixed together makes a deadly poison.
That's a deadly poison for real. That's scary. I don't even like watermelon that much. I don't give a shit. Whatever. For you guys, I love the shit of watermelon. I feel bad for you.
We are in Argentina with a delicious watermelon. Now let me chase it down with a glass of wine. Okay, it's not true. But it's been a myth in South America for over 100 years that you should never pair...
The whole slow motion. No. It's like those old Bounty commercials. No. That was good. I like that.
Wine and watermelon together. No one quite knows why, but we dug and we dug, and we were able to find a single source from an author, Facundo di Genova. And he says, in probably Argentina, probably sometime in the 1800s, there was a small Catholic church, and everything was great. For a time. They grew wine for dinner and watermelon for dessert. Until one day,
they had
something...
that for dessert? Who the fuck eats watermelon for dessert? I can see that maybe as an ice cream drink or something, maybe fake it's fruit snack bar, but the watermelon itself is dessert? That doesn't make sense to me. My opinion. Let's move on.
Bad happened in their idyllic little town. A few men in the village started getting a bit... grabby. It was a whole Me Too thing, but it was the first Me Too. It was a me one.
No one don't even get into that whole Me Too show.
Quite knows who did what to whom, but it was a big scandal, I tell you. And it kept happening.
Oh no, what's happening to our beautiful village?
They said in their funny foreign accents. Now, presiding over the village was a monastery. So the priests all gathered together at this monastery to figure out what the hell's going on with all this grabbiness.
Yeah, this town sucks now,
said the women folk.
I hope you have other plan to fix this.
Yes, of course we do. But first, we must figure out why the men are becoming so grabby. Come on, guys, think outside the box. We have to find something, anything to blame. Except the people who actually did the thing. So the priest began looking at the diets of the people in the village. The priest said aloud. One of the monks proposed a theory. Have you noticed that we grow a lot of grapes here? Yes. And have you noticed that we also grow a lot of watermelon? Yeah. Well, what if, somehow it makes the men folk grabby? That must be it. We must put a stop to this. But how? Well, let's tell them that if they drink wine and eat watermelon, they'll go to hell. Okay, so that's what they did. Hear ye, do not drink wine and then eat watermelon, you'll go to hell. Oh, really?
This is why I couldn't stand fucking religion, though. It's just about a mind sweep, mind control, brainwash and shit, just like fucking politics. Religion does the same fucking bullshit. This is what Catholics do too, strict Catholics. You can imagine what the Christians do, it's probably worse.
I don't know that. And it worked. The assaults suddenly stopped. Hurrah! Although whether that was a coincidence, we don't actually know. Over time, however, the messaging kind of evolved. Because don't mix wine with watermelon isn't exactly a well-known Bible proverb, and people became less religious. So instead of, you'll go to hell, the line changed to, it's poison and you'll die. And in
poison and you'll die. I had to put my box a little bit bigger. I don't want to get copyright struck by the YouTube algorithm.
Argentina, in some places, the myth still perpetuates.
Ooh.
Now, is there actually any evidence at all that pairing wine and watermelon together really causes the mood? Kinda. Watermelon contains an amino acid, arginine, which partially transforms into nitric oxide.
A scientific freaking history lesson now. Okay. Preach your shit, Internet Historian. Incognito man.
And then nitric oxide is a vasodilator. And vasodilators do this. Plus, wine also has polyphenols. And that also helps in the formation of nitric oxide. So, double this. But the effect from nitric oxide is actually very mild.
Some of these gives like men like erectile function or something like that, like Viagra or some stuff. That's what that does to them? Shit. Does that good for me? I'm going to one night stand with a chick at that time. I started doing once every month. I haven't done it. Maybe this Friday I'll probably do it. That's why you won't see a video on Friday. I'll probably see it on Saturday. I'll try that. Let's hope I don't get a freaking stroke or heart attack from that shit.
Also, all of these foods have polyphenols and arginine in them as well. So pretty much everything has it. So, no, the effects are likely hugely overstated. So, the moral of the story is...
Come on. You didn't say what the moral of the story was. Come on.
This next section is on wine in the Bible. Sort of. Apologies if we got any details wrong. We mostly kept this section because we liked the pun on Eucharist.
Eucharist? I'm going to Google.
Jumping forward to Jesus. This is his first recorded miracle. So, Jesus and a whole bunch of his followers and stuff, they are invited to a wedding in Cana. Now, the waiter goes over to serve some guests some wine, and, it's empty.
It's empty. That's no good if that shit's empty. Oh, that's the fake AI-generated fan voices. All right, I'll be back in a second. I got a pizza thing to get. Hold on. Pizza delivery things here from UberDash. See you in a quick second. All right, so I'm all done eating my pizza, but the pizza wasn't enough. That Caesar's thing was a small, tiny little piece of thing, so I just ate, swear to God, not sponsored by Kroger or Smith's or any other place like Albertoson's. This shit is a jam, bro. Firewalk steak, my ultra chef's kiss. Mwah. Beautiful stuff. And I think he's talking about some fake AI generated thing. That's talking about like alcohol, fancier drinking wine or with watermelon. It's weird.
There's no more wine.
Let's keep on.
No, wait, I've got a plan, says Jesus. Bring me 6 big stone jugs, about 20 to 30
thing, Jesus Christ Superstar thing. Even though I rarely ever known about that thing, because I never watched it my entire life, but I've heard memes on it.
gallons each, and fill them up to the brim with H2O. Now, check out this.
Okay.
And he does the finger thing.
The finger thing?
And then when they went to pour the water, suddenly it was wine. And it was the best wine that anyone had ever had. And they go, oh, that's pretty good, Jesus. But have you got any other miracles? And he says, yes. Come on, we're going to do a supper. Now, everyone is gathered around, and this is the point at which Jesus reveals, by the way, one of you is very sus. I know one of you will betray me. And he looks at Judas, and Judas is kind of looking away.
Yep.
But then...
Oh, man, Judas the one that betrayed him. I know this, because I used to hear this shit ton of fucking Sunday school a lot in middle school. Barely in high school, mainly elementary, middle school.
She's like, guys, I need you to stay still for the painting. So Jesus goes, watch this. And he takes some bread and wine, and he says, look at this bread. This is my flesh. And everyone's kind of like, really? And he goes, well, yeah. I mean, if you
Sarah Lee, the other one, Bagel Man.
Listen, then just metaphorically. No, okay, look at this wine. It is my blood. Really? Quit making this so complicated. Here, have some. So he hands it to his disciples, and they went, fantastic. I was peckish and thirsty. And he goes, yes, in fact, I shall call this little celebration a Eucharist, or Holy Communion. It will be the practice of eating one cracker or piece of bread.
About the European country, Bucharest, and like Romania or Hungary. I got that shit mixed up. My bad.
And drinking some wine. And if you eat the whole thing and drink the whole bottle, that's called a huge Eucharist. Now, most Christians today take that as a symbolic thing. Unless you are Catholic. Now, they believe in what's called transubstantiation. Which means that
I remember seeing that one trending last month. There was a fake AI generated version of the Pope Francis or whatever. And Gucci dripped out Prada dress, expensive ass clothing.
Bread and wine literally turns into the body and blood of Jesus at the moment that they are consumed. However, it does still look like bread and wine, and they call that phenomenon appearance or accident.
Oh.
It has changed, but you just can't tell, except for sometimes when you actually can. Lontano, Italy, in the 8th century, there is a monk, and he has been on r/atheism for far too long. He is starting to have doubts about the blood and wine stuff, but he still has his monkly responsibilities. So, he holds mass, and he says the words of consecration, this is my body, this is my blood, this is my rifle, this is my gun, and at that very moment, the bread turns into literal flesh in his hands.
I made that for meme joke compilations. This is my rifle, this is my firearm. No way.
And the wine turned to blood.
Jesus, man.
Holy shit, said everybody in unison. And ironically, he went, oh, well, I should probably not eat this then. So instead, he kept it in this chalice thing. What is it? A clock? Anyway, there it remains still today, kept in the church of San Francesco. And now, a couple of years later, in the 1970s, Professor Odaro Leone decides, let me do a bit of an experiment. So he took a sample of the flesh, and he came to the conclusion that it was indeed real. Apparently, it was part of a heart valve, and that the blood type was AB. The sample has not been analyzed since.
What?
However, it is officially recognized
No way that shit was real. That had to be some fake ass coincidence. That was fucking real. People would have got non-transmitted HIV, AIDS, or any of that stuff, or STDs, STI. They would have got real bad sickness from drinking actual, literal, disgusting, salty blood. And that's... Oh god, that made me almost throw up in my mouth. That is no good.
The Roman Catholic Church. Here ends the
This is
reading.
supposed to be metaphorical and physiological and the whole philanthropy philosophy shit. Some of that I really don't get into that because I get a lot of the atheism and monotheism. I don't believe in any of that shit. I do believe, in my personal opinion, there's a God, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. There's got to be a superior being way more stronger than anything in the universe. And of course, it's a super evil, disgusting one like Lucifer, the devil, Satan himself. Evil, bad Antichrist thing. Evilest thing in the universe there. It was the good, greatest, goodest, justice, good side of the universe. The light side. In my opinion, I believe that. And some people are going to argue with me.
Now you might say, wow, that section really doesn't have a whole lot to do with wine. And in fact, you're just badly retelling a Bible story. This final section we started making for the main channel when we found this massive court document and we thought, holy shit, this is a hell of a story.
Dang.
And we had all these ideas of it being like a Witcher themed.
No kidding, that's a long ass fucking goes on for miles story.
And so there were quite a few like random Witcher assets, just ignore that. But it just kept blooming and blooming into this bigger story and it got too long. And so here it is on incognito. And here we begin in 1743. The birth of Thomas Jefferson. Push, Mrs. Jefferson, push. Now, Tom Jeff, he was involved with some politics, kind of sexy, but you're too late, he's dead. But what's more important is he tried his hand at a lot of different hobbies. Architecture, he designed his own home in Monticello. He played the violin. He kept mockingbirds. He collected fossils. And, most relevant of all, he hoarded a culture. In his extensive garden, he kept 330 types of vegetables and 170 types of fruit. One of those fruits was grapes. So he tried his hand at viniculture. And while he was good at a lot of things, he never saw much success with making wine. So he mostly collected the stuff. Now, people naturally wondered, like, hey, what happened to the wine he made and the wine he collected? Did he sell it all? Did he give it away? Did he attempt the huge crest? Fast forward, 1985. Meet German music producer Hardy Rodenstock. He is an avid wine collector, and he's tapping on the walls of old buildings in Paris, looking for some national treasures. On this occasion, the wall opened and...
They really made Nicolas Cage reference to National Treasure, that movie. The National Treasure that had that other chick, I forgot her name. She was super pretty, so I thought I had a crush on her back in the day.
My God. Sealed behind, he said that he found a collection of 24 bottles, dating all the way back to the 1780s, and... look at that. THJ. Engraved right there on the glass. Thomas Jefferson.
No way.
It seems like Mr. Rodenstock is stuck
for Thomas Jefferson. They probably would have had it in a museum or somewhere locked away, stored somewhere like in the United States, like the house of like something constitutions, like a super secret dark, like explosive bomb, atomic bomb proof, like freaking nuke bomb proof, like nuclear radiation bomb proof tested, like they wouldn't indestructible proof. It'd probably be in a dungeon somewhere like. If that was really from Thomas Jefferson, I doubt that's real. Because if that was real, that would have kept it way deeper in the museum. Probably would have been secured somewhere like how they did the painting Mona Lisa. Any you guys ever saw the 2012 movie that had John Cusack? Where they kept all the riches and treasures of the earth. They kept them in this big giant storage facility where it was like blast radius destruction proof. It could never get broken into. That's probably what have kept it in. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I could be tripping and going crazy, but that's what I think.
upon Jeff's hidden collection. Mystery solved. And it would make sense that they wound up in France because Jefferson spent a number of years over there. Amazing. And into Rodenstock's wine collection, they went. Now, Rodenstock's wine collection was something quite special, and he liked to show it off. So every year he would host tasting events that featured extremely rare wines. And he would invite all the most prominent German celebrities, such as the Hans brothers, and Das Boot, and Death Stranding. Now, one of his guests was a guy named Michael Broad.
Oh, the Max Kittlin dude. No one, even though he was an Indiana Jones movie that is really, really bad, his acting was still just kiss, man. Max something. I forgot his name. I know that dude when I was still watching him last year before I unsubscribed him, Young Ye. He was a really huge fan of that dude. Him and no offense, that dude, he sucks a dick, man. He sucks so much dick and he kisses so much ass to Hideo Kojima, man. He's an ass-riding ass kisser to Hideo Kojima and Konami. Metal Gear Solid. And there's nothing wrong with that either. I do that sometimes for Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z, Grand Theft Auto, sometimes Star Wars, and sometimes DC superheroes too. So I'm guilty of that too. Just with different franchises and different anime mangas and different like TV shows and shit. Like the sci-fi shit like Westworld, Peripheral, and the one I just finished watching, came out 2 months ago, The Continental. The one that was like that John Wick show. I was a huge fan of that. And then the Succession one too. So no shade on him. Just saying.
And the senior director for Christie's auction house. Together, they cracked open one of the THJ bottles. Bottle number 1. Broadbent said that the wine was delicious. Okay. Yup, these bottles are in perfect condition, he said. You should really auction these things. I run an auction. You should put them in there. Huh. Maybe I should, said Mr. Rodenstock. Maybe I should. But before they did that, they sold 2 of the bottles privately. Number 2 and number 3. And they drank a 4th. On the 5th of December, 1985, they put up bottle number 5 for auction at Christie's. It was bought by Christopher Forbes for £105,000.
Forbes magazine and the one that made the internet? The website, Forbes.com? That was him, Christopher Forbes? I'm surprised. He's always talking about super rich, fancy, sophisticated motherfuckers. That's all he ever talks about. He's probably dead now. There's probably somebody else that runs that company.
Which, at the time, meant it was the most expensive bottle of wine ever sold. But that wine wasn't to drink. Proudly, that thing sat on the Forbes shelf, eventually to be put into the Forbes gallery in the exhibit on former presidents. And funnily enough, they actually put this bottle on display under big industrial lights, and it heated the thing something fierce, and the heat ruined its drinkability, of course. In fact, so intense was the light that the glass expanded and the cork fell into the bottle. Some time passed. They celebrated the sale with another...
One dude I forgot for Forbes. I forget his name, but he was an actual video gamer person that worked for Forbes magazine and the Forbes website. He was really, really good. I think he used to work at IGN, and then he started working for Forbes later on. talked about the video game side of how much millions and billions of dollars video game companies like Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft, and Steam would make. It's crazy.
Drink.
I forgot his
Bottle
name.
number 6.
I remember to leave the link down below to his Twitter or his X. I'll see if I can.
Well, and then they sold 2 more privately. In 1987, they drank bottle number 9. In 1988, they drank bottle number 10. And at this point, a new challenger enters the scene. The White Wolf of Palm Beach. They call him Bill Koch. Some say it's short for billionaire. He's a member of one of the wealthiest families in America. And he is also one of the world's most avid collectors of wine. So they sell him a total of 4 bottles for $311,804. We're way over here on the graph at this point. So, gently, careful now. He put them in his climate-controlled cellar. And he would show them off to his friends. Otherwise, here they remained for the next 17 years. As the years ticked by, more bottles were sold and more bottles were consumed, until there were none left. 2005. The 4 Coke bottles had sat around for a long time on the shelf, doing nothing, when something new happened. The Boston Museum of Fine Arts was interested in displaying the bottles and wanted to trace the exact provenance.
Okay.
So Coke gets on the line with the Jefferson Foundation and he goes, "Oh, look, I don't mean to brag, but I'm about to have my bottles displayed at the Boston Museum. But I need just a little bit of verification. Could you tell me exactly where these bottles come from?" And the Thomas Jefferson Foundation responded, "I'm afraid we can't do that. We don't think they're real." Huh? In fact, you're not the only person to call about this. What? Yes, it was in the 80s. A Mr. Broadbent, I believe, of Christie's auction house called up trying to verify the bottles so that he could sell them. But we looked through our comprehensive historical records and found no mention of these bottles. Here's a letter we sent saying that we couldn't verify them, and they're probably fake. But he sold those bottles to me. Now, back to 1776. Now, here's the thing you should know about Jefferson. Let's just say if he was around today, he would play a lot of Factorio. He was, you know...
I have the largest collection of Funko Pops in the world.
And that meant that...
I remember seeing that video a long time ago, the largest Funko Pops in the world. I thought it was another dude that had the biggest Nintendo and Sony PS1, PS2, PS3, like, video game collection of all time. I remember a dude in Colorado, I think, was it Florida or Colorado, one of those 2 states. There's a dude that had the biggest Nintendo SNES and NES cartridge, like, collection in the whole freaking world. That was insane. I don't know about the Funko Pop. I might have seen that one in my spare time. I don't know.
His record keeping was very meticulous. All of his anime was ordered alphabetically, and so too were all the things that he ever purchased, including
video boos and freaking anime collectors. That's kind of fucked up, but I'll give him a pass for Internet Historian on that.
wine. So that's my story, Mr. Pepsi. And those bottles are probably fake.
Ooh.
When Coke hears about this, he hangs up the phone and hits speed dial on his pager or something, and I need to assemble a team of investigators. Mr. Rodenstock lived in Germany, so
okay, cool.
Coke's investigators scoured the countryside for clues, and eventually they found a lead. They managed to track down 5 German residents who claimed to have done engraving work for Rodenstock in the past.
Oh.
They said, "Hey, have you seen these bottles before?" And they went, "Oh yeah, we have. We did those." And all 5 were certain that the THJ engravings were done by an electric power tool. Every one of these 24 bottles of Jefferson wine were fake. Big, fat phonies. Allegedly. So, Bill takes all of this evidence to court, and Rodenstock is summoned, but he doesn't show up. So Bill wins in absentia and is awarded $1 million. In the end...
that little sound effect, that came from like Undertale Delta Rune. I remember that. That was cool. I'm glad he added that shit in there.
Bill never received any money from Rodenstock. But to Bill, it was about sending a message more than receiving any money.
I'm coming after you.
And it's just one battle of many that Bill...
Threats, he's coming after them now. To Forbes or to Germany? Who's he going after, that dude? I know he might be passed away by now. I don't even know if he's still alive anymore. I'm going to go on Wikipedia to see if he's still breathing or unfortunately deceased.
Fought against counterfeit wine. In 2008, Coke filed a consumer fraud lawsuit against the Chicago Wine Company, which was later settled out of court. Another time, Coke spent $3.5 million buying nearly 2,700 bottles of wine from Zacky's auction house. Almost $350,000.
Freaking super addicted to the freaking cocaine, heroin shit. If he's spending almost $3.2 billion,
was fake. The auction house settled out of court, but the seller was told to pay $379,000 in damages and another $1,000 for every bottle. But then the next day they went, "You know what? We thought about it. This jury has decided to award you $12 million in punitive damages. Jackpot, said Mr. Coke. I'm rich. But a year later, the court changed its mind and awarded Coke only $711,000.
Wow.
Okay, so this guy's like a one-man army, and he's going around trying to scare the shit out of anyone who's selling fake wine. Oh, you've got expensive rare wine, do you?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll buy it then. Yeah, but no, yeah, I'll buy it. No, it's fine. It's genuine, is it? Yeah, you're saying it's genuine. Yeah, definitely. And then he goes and he inspects it, then finds it's fake, and then goes, yeah, I knew all along, stupid. Lawsuit time. By doing this, he's very slowly cleaning up the market. After all of these investigations, Bill has spent around $35 million tracking down fake wine. But by 2016, Coke was ready to lay down his weapons. He sold off a big chunk of his collection, and it sold for $22 million. Which means he likely did not break even. So consider giving to his GoFundMe.
Oh, it's almost finished.
Now, this is actually just a very small part of the story. This scandal ended up making such waves across the wine industry that they decided to make a movie about it. Based on the Benjamin Wallace book, The Billionaire's
documentary film movie about this? I have no idea.
Vinegar. And it was set to star Brad Pitt. No, wait. Now it's Matthew McConaughey. No, wait. It looks like it's cancelled.
Oh, no. It's gone now. 9.5 years ago. That's a while back when I finished. Okay.
Alright, that's the video. Thanks for watching. 4 more to go, but we've already started in on the regular type stuff in case you don't love fancy. Okay, bye. And don't forget, incognito.com/incognito.
Yeah, I can't really say thoughts, views, opinions, speculation. That's almost an hour and a half long. Oh, shout out, I forgot about this one. I know Fuwa Channel, another VTuber chick, Erica Bucky. Erinia Bucky, she's a funny ass chick. I'll give her a little bit of clout. She's funny as hell if you stood to the end. I'll probably react and watch her videos on my off time, but real pretty Greek Italian chick. Beautiful, sexy. Chef's accent, but thoughts, excuse me, thoughts, views, opinions, speculations. I don't know if any of this history is true. He's just doing it for satire, he's doing it for clout. I don't know if he's just doing the clowning around. He likes to meme a little bit. I forget how much of a memer this dude, Internet Historian Incognito mode is. He's got 6 several other channels. I only know about 4 of them. The other 4, I have no idea what they're called. Period. But the dude, he's on spot with his freaking pop culture. When he does his little meme trolling things, he's on the spot with that shit, man. Especially that little Animal Crossing reference, Undertale Delta reference. The anime collection shit. I had a good time. I laughed. I chuckled a lot, man. I laughed so much I almost cried. You can almost see tears coming down from my eyes. Or it was just sweat. I don't know. I love it. I freaking love it. Just because the guy's a slap a bop hit. And it's part of when he said John Jeffers would be playing like some Steam PC game. And that other dude's a nut. Insanity out of his... He's going to be insane smoking heroin out of his gourd. Or fentanyl. If he's got to be a psychopathic mother effer to be spending $35 million to collect every real wine in the world, that's insane. I can't even imagine how real that is. And the cruise ship thing, that Speed 2 reference thing, that was funny too. Anyways, this is all I say for now. I'm out of here. Like, search about Zombie Cartel sign. That's it. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen, bros, women. Fanboys and fingers, as always, the talking mondays. I'll see you next week. Have a good day, every night, wherever in the world you out there. So just small at the same time, just reckless. There's more content channel, we're doing industry news, and manga news, we're doing console news, VTuber drama news, any sports Kita Dexterto news. I haven't done in a while, but I'll get to it soon. And of course, some reaction review commentary such as this one, or celebrity gossip news, Yellow Musk news. Once in a while, I'll do crazy drama news on, and of course, YouTube, Discord, TikTok, Twitter drama, any social media, Twitter X drama news that's going on, all the good stuff. And yeah, reaction reviews, commentary like this one, strict commentary, serious news as well. Peace out in the sauerkraut, ladies and my see you so safe, it's extra safe, extra easy, it's extra cautious. Talk to you guys soon. Do goodbye. Talk to you soon. It's extra easy, and talk to you in the next future video. Later.